Hey guys, so I have a bit of a story time. You probably saw from the title that we recently found out, like today, found out that we were scammed. Our business was scammed, and yeah, I wanted to share the details of that. So a couple of weeks ago, I was reached out to through my business email account about a potential opportunity to have my products used as gifts to some women in the tech field, about 100 women in the tech field. And this company wanted to reward them with some handmade soap and candle products. And so the person who reached out to me said that they were an event planner, and we could, talk the details and, get things going to make these boxes for these women. So everything, seemed legit. We only emailed each other back and forth. We didn't ever talk by phone or anything like that. So, but the communication was clear, and the person was very responsive. So, it didn't raise any red flags for me. We talked about what my best sellers were and what I could do as far as getting the boxes together for the event, which was going to be in like mid-November. I did ask like how they found out about me and what the business name was and stuff like that, and details as far as like dropping off the boxes once I was complete. And the business that she gave, it was a local business. It's a real business because I've heard of it myself. The address as far as like drop off was legit. It's a real place, like actually not far from where I live. So everything was like looking normal. We went through the process. Well, me and my husband went through the process of kind of seeing what our cost of materials would be, as well as the labor costs. And so we had like an invoice like made up that just kind of broke down everything cost wise. And then I shot that to her through email. She said everything looked good. She was going to give it to the account manager of the business. And yeah, we would move forward from there. They would send a check and I could get started. The day came where the check was sent, and I had a bit of trouble doing a mobile deposit with it because I never done a mobile deposit before, so I was just kind of like, how do I do this? But my husband gave some suggestions on like, getting it to go through, and that ended up working, and so the money was deposited into my account. And so we were like, yay, all excited and everything. We really were looking at this event as like a big springboard to like our business, like growing potentially. Cause we were like, if even like 5 or 10 of those women who get the boxes or, like the products that we put in there, that's huge because they could be repeat customers, and, it could just really like get our business going really well. So, it was very exciting, and we were just like, oh, like, this is great, So anyway, the next day after I put the money in my account, I received an email from the event planner saying that the event was canceled due to COVID concerns from the supervisor of this company. And so I was like, wow, that's quick. Like in my mind, I was like, wow, that's quick. Like, okay. But COVID is a real thing, so I was like, okay, maybe they're just taking precautions. I think that's when like the first kind of red flag came up in my mind, because I was like, that was like first a really quick turnaround, like from me getting the check, although I do understand things happen, it was quick. And then two, the event, at the time that email was sent, the event was, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks out. So I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, would people still be sick? Like, because she was saying that this supervisor said that people had gotten COVID already and they didn't want it to be a super spreader event. Sorry, there's some acorns falling on the car. So I was like, man, it's like 3 weeks out. Like, wouldn't they be well, by then? So I was like, okay, well, look, I don't want to hold on to your money, so I want to send it back. She emailed me back and she was like, the accountant said you can keep $50 of it, so just send back the rest. And I was like, okay, it's not much, for my time and energy, but okay. I'm glad I had started to order a few items, like a small amount of items prior to getting the check, because I was like just really eager about getting started. And so, but I didn't get a lot because I knew that the money that she sent over was supposed to, handle the cost of like all my materials, right? So, so thankfully I did not get a lot of stuff like ahead of time. And I was just like, okay, let me go ahead and send this money back. So she wanted it sent through Zelle. That was like their preferred method, right? So, and my bank does have Zelle. So I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and send it back via Zelle. And I did that, and I got confirmation on my end that it had gone through. But on her end, the event planner was saying, oh, I'm not seeing anything, and can you send screenshots? And I got like several emails about her talking about like, send a screenshot, about the payment. And I was just like, why so many emails about sending a screenshot? And so I was starting to get frustrated at this point because I was like, something about it just didn't like seem right. Like my spidey senses were going off like crazy, right? So I was like, I sent her a screenshot of my Zelle, and then I also sent her a screenshot from my bank saying that the payment went through, it was confirmed or whatever like that. And so excuse me, I'm still getting over this cold. So I did all that, and she was really starting to get on my nerves after a while. So I was like, my conversation with her kind of went from being all nice and stuff to being more firm, to let her know, like, I sent the screenshot, there it is, I did my part. The person on your end needs to do their part, because the accountant was supposed to be receiving this payment, right, the refund. So a few days passed, and I hadn't heard anything from her, and I wasn't going to email her back until like I knew stuff was like supposed to go over. I got an email from my bank saying that the payment did not go through, and so they were going to put the money back in my account. So I was like, oh, okay. So that was supposed to take like 2 or 3 days. So I didn't email the event planner back then, but I was like, I'll email her, 2 or 3 days to let her know what's going on. So I happened to be checking this just happened yesterday. I happened to be checking my, the app for my bank, and I couldn't log in. It was saying that my account was disabled or whatever. So I was like, what does that mean? So I ended up calling customer service, and they said there was a hard hold on my account. And I was like, why is there a hold on my account? And she was like, you got to go to the bank to get that released. And so I was like, okay, well, let's go to the bank. I got there this morning, and like I said, my spidey senses were already off. They were already off. We were trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but my spidey senses were already off. And when the guy looked into the account, he said that check that we cashed was a counterfeit check. And I literally broke down in front of him, because everything that I had been thinking the last few days was true. And I felt dumb. I felt like silly. I felt like, dog, I got taken advantage of. Like, you know, I got a small business. Like, we just trying to get our foot off the ground, and now we dealing with this. And they talking about like we have a negative like $700 and something balance going on now because of all of this. And so I explained to him, you know, what happened. And of course, he's just a branch associate or whatever, so he wasn't really able to do a lot. But he did give me the fraud line that I can call and try to see if we can recover the money that I did have in there before all this with this event planner took place. And so I'm about to go in and do that right now and see what they say. And I'm just praying like everything can be cleared up with this. I pray that, you know, the fraud line believes what I'm saying. That we can just get everything taken care of. Because it was, you know, this was like supposed to be a really positive thing. And now it's not. So yeah. I will know for next time. I will know for next time. Meet people in person, you know, talk to people over the phone, have contracts written up and all that stuff. I just wasn't ready. And, you know, again, we're a new business, you know, doing this, and, you know, you don't know what you don't know, right? And so I'll know for next time though, you know. And I do understand like this could happen to anybody. I'm just praying that everything can be worked out. And I know everything will. You know, God is with us. And so I'm not overly concerned about that. But I don't want to be scammed again. And I'm praying for wisdom, you know, as we move forward, like with our business, because I would not want this to happen again. So I'm just asking God for wisdom with it all. And you know, we just be smart about our dealings with people, because this is real. This is real. This happens to people every day, and it's not right. So but you know, as I'm praying for myself, I pray for others who go through stuff like this, that they're able to recover their losses as well, because it's no fun being in this position. I'm not gonna keep y'all long. This was just a quick story time to let you guys know what was going on, what we kind of been dealing with the last few days. And yeah, and I will keep you posted on the outcome. Like I said, I'm gonna call the fraud line right now and, you know, see what they're talking about, ask some questions. All right, guys.